Okay.
Yes. And the school is in a panic, and I'm in the library. I've got students down under the tables, kids. Heads under the tables. I saw a student outside. I was in hall duty. Oh, God. Okay. I was on hall duty. I saw a gun. I said, what's going on out there? And she turned the gun straight at us and shot. And my God, the window went out. And the kid standing there with me, I think he got hit.
We've got help on the way, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Stay in line with me.
I'm supposed to go and put me on hold for a now. Hi, it's Wendy at CNN still. Oh, hi, Wendy. We're just taking names and numbers right now for the press. Okay. Get back to you? Okay, because Fox has somebody on now. Huh? Fox has somebody from your office. I know. We've talked to a whole bunch of people, and it's just, you can only do so many because we got so many more calls coming in.
I got to get to my daughter at Columbine at a time for an hour. I can't get anywhere near there. I got to get no information. Sir?
Okay, calm down, okay?
Well, I think we're entitled to information on where our children are.
We have a lot of units out there right now.
Tell me, I can't get anywhere near it. I want to find out how to get in touch with my daughter. How do I get information on my daughter?
I don't have any of that information right now. I do.
Why in the hell not? Get over now. My son is Eric here, and I'm afraid that he might be involved in the shooting at Columbine High School.
It involves how?
He's a member of what they're calling the Trench Coat Mafia.
Have you spoke with your son today, Mr. Harris?
Well, I haven't. Have they picked up anybody yet? Or
They're still looking for suspects. Your son is with who? What gang?
well, they're calling them the Trench Coat Mafia. I just heard that term on TV.
Stay low, because if you try to leave, I don't want you to get shot, okay? Stay very low and quiet. So he said to stay right, stay low and quiet. Stay right here.
Shortly after 11:15 Mountain Time, the first signs of trouble. Outside Columbine High School, in the parking lot, students hear the sound of gunfire.
And we looked over and we saw some guys peeking around the corner with guns. And we saw them shoot 3 people in the parking lot. And
That's when we knew it was real.
Yeah.
They saw the gunman throw grenades or pipe bombs on top of the school roof. A number of witnesses recognized the two as members of a group called the Trench Coat Mafia.
Yeah, they like wear trench coats every day to school, like, and wear makeup and paint their nails and stuff. They're just like, I don't know, everyone kind of thinks somebody's different, and they always just hang out with themselves only, kind of associate themselves with like death and violence.
They always wear black clothing or dark clothing, glasses, berets. They get made fun of a lot.
Not a lot of kids like them.
Yeah.
They get made fun of a lot.
Yeah, by other students sometimes.
11:30, the fire alarm was sounded. School teacher Paula Reed hustled her students out.
As I got outside the building, right outside the building, teachers and administrators were yelling to the kids, get them out of here, get them out of here, get them all the way to the park.
At first, she said, there was no panic.
Kids started to run out of the gymnasium saying there's people in there with guns. But the general reaction from most of the people around me was, yeah, right, because there are no guns to speak of at Columbine. At least that's our perception of things.
But many students were trapped inside the building. For the next hour and a half, the two gunmen made their lives hell as they roamed the hallways, classrooms, and cafeteria, firing in every direction.
I heard people pray for their husbands, their children, you name it. And at that point, these guys were killing just to kill.
Senior Nick Foss witnessed the horror before he managed to escape.
I've never seen so many dead people in my life, and some of my friends did. You know, I've never seen someone's face shot off in front of me. It's not cool, not pretty. I can't get out of my head.
Some of the worst carnage was in the library.
There was a guy at a table right next to us, next to me and her, and they just shot him, and then walked away, and then he was just sitting there in a pool of blood.
We all got under the desk, and then they just started coming in the library and opening fire and shooting off bombs.
By noon, police SWAT teams had surrounded the building. They pulled students out whenever and however they could. One student who'd been wounded was pulled through a second-floor window. At a time when students would normally be finishing their lunch and returning to class, they were still fleeing, many taking refuge in nearby houses. The scene was chaos as paramedics tried to treat the wounded and parents tried to locate their children. Some of them were reunited at a nearby school. All the while, inside the Columbine High School, the shooting continued. At 12:15, the first of the wounded were taken to nearby hospitals. At approximately 1 p.m., nearly 1.5 hours after the shooting began, the SWAT team entered. Dozens of students ran out with their hands in the air. Police were wary that the gunman might try to escape by blending in with the crowd. As the afternoon wore on, the wait became excruciating for those parents who had still had no word of their children. Many of them gathered here at a local public library near the school, where lists had been posted of names of children who had called in to let their parents know they were all right. For those who could not find the name on the list they were looking for, it was a very, very long day. Between 2 and 4 p.m., the scene in this neighborhood was one of extremes. Joy when families were reunited, and despair when the minutes ticked by with no news. Every now and then, an official would read off an updated list of those found. Then, at 4:16 p.m., the sheriff held a news briefing to deliver the news everyone feared.
Well, we've transported initially 14 to local area hospitals with gunshot wounds, and we've had, what I understand, 25 additional victims that were deceased.
7 p.m. Parents, students, teachers, and neighbors gather at the Light of the World Catholic Church, just a few blocks from the high school. And throughout this stunned community, people were repeating the same thing that too many other communities have said in recent years.
I just keep thinking that this does not happen at our school, and that I'm going to wake up and this is going to be over. Because, God, not at Columbine, you know? It happens in some other school somewhere else. It doesn't happen